we need your help. 25% of all aviation accidents happen as a result of a runway excursion. This occurs about 30 times a year, every year, and it's been going on for decades and decades.
One of the biggest dangers that we have is hydroplaning. And there's nothing in the airplane that tells us where that danger is. We should be able to see the dangers that are exposed to us on the runway without having to guess at them. And now we have the technology to do exactly that.
It's the implementation where people are having a hard time, to be able to swiftly bring life-saving technology into the marketplace so passengers and pilots can benefit from it.
And we are asking the FAA to recognize this capability and update their guidance so that the traveling public doesn't have to be exposed to this risk unnecessarily anymore.
Because runway excursions occur as often as they do, the problem clearly hasn't been solved. Until now, we've relied purely upon a subjective assessment of what a pilot thinks the condition of the runway is and is it safe to land on. You also have airport operators that try to maintain the runways, and they're looking at them saying, does it look like it's still safe?
If there's heavy rain on the runway, if there's slush on the runway, or if the dry snow turns into wet snow and nobody knows it, you might as well be on an ice skating rink.
The National Transportation Safety Board, whose job it is to investigate accident causes, has identified this as an issue repeatedly, and they've made specific recommendations to regulators to try to fix this problem.
After the 2005 accident in Chicago, the National Transportation Safety Board wanted the airplanes to be able to use their data systems to tell how slippery the runways were so that they could communicate that to other crews and to the airports themselves.
And the trick is, you need to isolate how much of the deceleration is attributable just to those wheel brakes, and then feeding that back to the airport operators, the plow drivers, the next pilot about to land, the air traffic control tower who relays this information to other airplanes, to the airlines themselves who are trying to make good decisions about should we cancel flights or not.
That safety recommendation has yet to be implemented by the industry.
Now we have a tool that objectively, accurately, precisely measures what the deceleration forces are, especially the braking.
We can use the airplane data to tell us how well the airplane can stop on the runway and whether that runway is too slippery for another airplane to stop. And we can actually see this risk, and we can identify this risk to everybody in a way that we can all agree on. And it stands to fundamentally change how we look at this risk in the entire airline industry.
This is a game changer. Utilizing data off the airplane increases the level of runway safety significantly and really addresses this problem of runway excursions.
What we need is the FAA to provide the guidance material and to provide the direction to the airlines so that they can approve these systems and use these systems in a way that is harmonized throughout the industry.
Runway safety requires dedication, just like the implementation of weather radar and traffic avoidance systems and ground proximity alerting systems. And the regulators just don't have the determination to push this thing through. It's hard. What they need to hear from the public is, we want to feel safer on the airplane, and when we're approaching the ground on a landing and I'm looking out the side window and I'm seeing the ground come up, I would like to know that when those wheels hit the ground, that the pilot is going to experience what he expected to experience. It's not a surprise. Today, unfortunately, it's a surprise. And 30 times over the next 12 months, an airplane and its passengers are going to suffer from not having that type of insight.
The FAA right now has the opportunity to incorporate the work that has been done by the industry. No passenger should get on an airplane and be afraid that there's something that their pilots should know but don't know.
There's no reason why we shouldn't be eliminating this danger, making passengers pilots, the entire aviation industry to feel more confident that we're removing one of the largest causes of accidents. The technology's been developed, it's ready to roll, and this is the time that we should be addressing this issue and put it in the rearview mirror.